Welcome to The Sound, KQAL-FM's weekly behind-the-scenes look at Midwestern-made music. From writing and recording to distribution and promotion, The Sound is your source for new releases and exclusive interviews from Midwestern artists. Support for The Sound is made possible by a grant from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Rolling.
Trees are up, lights are on, snow all around.
Tonight on The Sound, we have a special holiday treat for you. No, it's not sugar cookies. It doesn't really have a bow or pretty wrapping on it. And it didn't come from a jolly bearded fella. Or did it? At any rate, like I said, this is our special holiday episode of The Sound. This will be the very first holiday episode that we've ever done here at The Sound. Who knows? Maybe it'll go well. Hell, maybe you'll even like it. Maybe we can do it again next year. Well, enough dreaming of future sugar plums and such. Tonight, we feature a regional group that calls themselves Bowling Leage, consisting of Esther Gvora, David Nash, and Nicky Nieling. These three Midwesterners have created an album that they call Humbug, and it's a collection of what you might call holiday tunes. Or not, depending on your particular disposition, I suppose. You see, these aren't your typical holiday classics. I guess they're not really classics at all. But who knows? They could be someday. And if they do become classics, you can say that you heard them here first. Ufda. I'm getting a little long-winded here, so let's get to it. I'm Bill Stoneberg. Grab yourself a nice hot cup of cocoa or cider, kick back in your stockings and nightcap, or just have a nightcap and sit back and enjoy this holiday album by Bowling Leage called Humbug. Tonight on The Sound.
But I can't say that I'm surprised, 'cause your loved ones, they...
And I put on an ugly sweater, I put on a happy face. I was thinking you'd feel better if we got out of this place. Drove up the river road, then past the Great Lake, singing Auld Lang Syne all along the way. Hey, hey, well, it's Christmas on the prairie, fa la la la. It's Christmas on the prairie, oh, fa la la la. It's Christmas on the prairie, fa la la la. We're going to see Santa tonight. Well, we made it through Duluth in pretty good time. Drove past Border Patrol about 9:15. But it turns out Manitoba is really, really long, and the road beat it out sometime after dawn. Well, it's Christmas on the prairie, fa la la la. It's Christmas on the prairie, oh, fa la la la. It's Christmas on the prairie, fa la la la. We're going to see Santa tonight. We must have dozed off on an old logging road, 'cause I woke to the tapping on the driver's side window. His beard wasn't so white and his hat not so red. Oh, but I remember him from when I was just a kid. Oh, and it's Christmas on the prairie, fa la la la. It's Christmas on the prairie, fa la la la. It's Christmas on the prairie, fa la la la. Oh, we're going to see Santa tonight. Yeah, we're going to see Santa tonight. Well, there was something about his face, and there was something about his eyes. There was something about his sleigh stashed just out of sight. And I rolled the window down, and he asked if we were lost. Well, we both looked at each other, said, I think not, 'cause it's Christmas on the prairie, fa la la la. It's Christmas on the prairie, fa la 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 la. It's Christmas on the prairie, yeah, fa la la la. Yeah, we're going to see Santa tonight. Yeah, it's Christmas on the prairie, yeah, fa la la la. It's Christmas on the prairie, yeah, fa la la la. It's Christmas on the prairie, yeah, fa la la la. Oh, we're going to see Santa tonight. Yeah, yeah, we're going to see Santa tonight.
That was Santa Road Trip, and that's by Bowling League, a group of local musicians that just released a compilation of holiday tunes called Humbug. And I have the whole band on the phone with me tonight. The band is comprised of Nicky Nieling, David Nash, and Esther Gvora, otherwise known as Small Chainsaw, I guess. I don't know. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, doing great.
Yeah, great. Esther, so I got to ask right away, because I saw this in the credits. I was reading through what we used to call the liner notes, right? When I was listening to this on Bandcamp, and I saw you referred to as Small Chainsaw. What's the story behind that, or is there one, or what's up with that?
I don't really know. I just decided that I didn't really want to use my name. Oddly, there's a lot of Esters in the growing scene of the same genre of music that I play.
Right.
But also, I was driving to work when I was living in Eau Claire, and somewhere between Eau Claire and Wausau, there's a sign that says Small Chainsaw and Engine Repair. And I thought, well, that sounds like me. And so now I just use that as my moniker.
Nice. I like that. Well, and that's smart too, because like you said, there are a lot of Esters. It must have been the time period or something, right? You know, You notice that with
For
names.
sure.
Well, cool. How did you? So we have this album here, Humbug. There's 9 tunes total. They're all holiday themed, but they're not like your traditional holiday songs. You want to tell how did this project come together? What was the inspiration for the holiday album? You know, how'd this all happen?
I think I can take that one. Maybe this is David Nash. I've known Esther and Nicky for a while through a few different ventures, but all loosely connected through the folk festival in the Great River Folk Festival in La Crosse.
Sure. Yeah.
And Nicky and I have a bad habit of probably sending each other too much sample music late at night. So that was well established. But there was, I think like late summer, there was this post on Facebook through one of the Rochester music scenes thing about this giveaway of 2 hours of studio time at Carpet Blue Studio.
Okay.
And I remember looking at it, and in the comment section there was post a video, and that's all you had to do to enter, really. And there were only like 4 entries, and I thought, well, I have plenty of videos I probably already sent to Nicky that I could just post. Mm-hmm. And I had recently written a song about Trempealeau Hotel, and I just said, I'm just gonna send that in, and lo and behold, I found out that I won these 2 hours of studio time, which was cool. And I was also like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And I could do the same thing I usually do, which is just record a bunch of little things solo. And then I started floating the idea. I guess, I don't know if I floated to both of you at the same time or what, but it was like, I don't know, like, you both are cool and write music. Do you want to just do something together? And I don't know. And it could be on a theme. And that's sort of how I remember it starting. And then, do you guys know, Nicky or Esther, whose idea was it to do Christmas? I don't even know.
I think you started talking about like maybe leaning in towards like winter theme. And it just, anything we do kind of gets out of hand in some capacity. And so I think that's what happened kind of.
I think we decided on a winter theme, and then it kind of went towards holiday. And then we realized we don't want to play the traditional jingle bells and all that stuff, so we decided to go like the opposite direction. So it's
that sounds right, yeah.
It's very non-traditional holiday music.
Yeah,
I think we kind of had to do that too, because I feel like all of us we were equally excited, but I know personally it was like, okay, but I can't have it to be too specific because that's too much pressure. And so it was like if it's any way loosely related, let's just write songs and see what happens, and who cares if it sucks. And I feel like that's just kind of how it started, and slowly I feel like each of us would be like, I think I got something, and and that was just sort of the beginning of it.
Wow. I love that. That's a great story. And how long? So, David, when you entered this contest, what time of year was that? Or how long ago was that?
Well, it had to be summer because I wrote that little Trempealeau Hotel jingle or whatever before the Great River Folk Festival, which is the last weekend in August.
Okay.
And I know I performed that there. And I think so it must have been, I don't know if it was July or August. It was sometime in there. And then we picked a Monday to go into Carpet Booth, and Nikki lives in Rochester, and Esther and I met there on a early cold Monday morning in November. I mean, was it? Or was it later?
Last day of
Halloween.
October. Halloween.
Right, yeah, we dressed up as Santa characters for Halloween.
Did you really?
Yep.
Well, we had hats.
Awesome. Oh, cool. I've got some questions about that. We'll get back to that. Let's play another tune for folks. This next one, I'm talking to Bowling League. They've got a Christmas album out now called Humbug, and I've got all three members of Bowling League. I've got all three members of Bowling League on the phone with me tonight: Nicky, David, and Esther, or Small Chainsaw. This next tune we're going to play is called Rudy and Chris, and you're listening to it right here on The Sound on 89.5 KQAL.
Another year, another late night ride through the sky. All the stuff, all the things, and the stress that it brings for old Rudy and Chris. They go way back, they've been working together forever. Oh, the work that they do only comes once a year. It's seasonal work, I hear. Rudy and Chris got it dialed in. They work pretty good together. Spreading joy and cheer this time of year. They put in long hours and put up with each other with a common goal in mind. Chris is always early and Rudy's always late, I suppose that's just fate. Rudy and Chris have a work relationship, but they really get things done all around the world in just one night, but the rest of the year is no fun. Prancer's been prancing and Dancer's been dancing and Comet's been cleaning the sink. Cupid's been fixing up Donner and Blitzen, and Dasher's got a thing for Vixen. Oh, Rudy and Chris got it dialed in. They work pretty good together. Spreading joy and cheer this time of year, but they can't stand each other. Another year, another late night ride through the sky. All the stuff, all the things, and the stress that it brings from Rudy and Chris.
That was Rudy and Chris, and that is another song off the album Humbug from Bowling League. And I have the folks from Bowling League on the phone with me tonight. So you guys, so before we played that tune, Rudy and Chris, we were talking about, how this project came together. How you decided to make it a Christmas album. You had some time at Carpet Booth Studios. So each of these songs has a different lead vocal. You each take turns doing lead, and I'm guessing, is that the way the writing goes? Like whoever wrote it sang lead on the tune? Is that how it works?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
There was some co-writing between David and Esther on a tune or two. Most of it was just bringing a song to the table, and then each person would see if they could find some space in the song to add some backing vocals or a little bit of instrumentation or something like that. So, yeah,
Right.
each song was kind of a solo effort and then overdubbed after the fact.
Okay. How did you guys? So Nikki, you live in Rochester, and David and Esther, you both live in La Crosse, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in La Crescent, but yeah,
Okay,
pretty
but
much.
in that area, sure.
Yeah.
So how did you guys handle that? Like you said, you'd write songs individually and then come together and add things or whatever. How did that come about? Were you emailing tracks back and forth and then adding to it? Like, how did that work?
Yeah, we're fully just sending each other different wave formats and stuff like that, and recording them. Like, I recorded them in my closet for the most part.
Nice.
Some stuff we did at Carpet Booth, and then we were able to layer on top of that as well.
Right. So you had you have limited time at Carpet Booth, right? Was the whole thing recorded there, or did you do some home recording too then?
I think 3 of the songs had that are on the actual album are Carpet Booth recordings that they've been added to, and then the rest of them are home recordings that have been added to. So.
Okay, cool. So you guys laid some basic tracks down at Carpet Booth for some of the tunes, and then you continued to add some parts to those and things like that, huh?
Yep, and then we also have a handful of songs that are just each one of us individually with nobody else.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Carpet Booth definitely served as like the catalyst for getting us to do more songs.
Right.
We knew we weren't going to be able to get everything done there. And I didn't even have my second song written until after that.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think that happened to a lot of us too, or a lot of the other songs.
Mm-hmm. Is that the
I think we thought it was going to be 5 or 6 songs tops, and all of a sudden we ended up with 9. So.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a good package. 9 tunes. I like that. Esther, is that Christmas Damn that you didn't have written yet?
No, that one I had first. First. And that one Nash helped with a verse. He's the one who kind of turned it into more of a almost murder type scene. And I ran with that. I liked that a lot.
Right. Oh, fun. So, I'm wondering about that, like the themes that you guys have going on here, like, some of it feels a little tongue in cheek. Some of it feels like super heartfelt. Like, are these all kind of based in real life experiences, or is it more fictional musings, or a mix of both? Like, how do you guys go about writing these tunes?
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I know I have a tendency to, I swing, it's like a swing set, or teeter-totter. Like on one side, I think, like for me, December and that one, and the one has a long name, but is basically Christmas Panic is what we've decided to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are more kind of personal songs about, insecurities and anxiety and stuff that comes around in kind of the cold, dark nights of winter.
Right.
And I definitely like to be a bit dramatic and romanticize some of those emotions. And, but those are my, in somewhat abstract, but it's still straightforward emotionally, songs. But I still kind of like this idea, I think my writing style is I might, with Santa Road Trip, that's just a fully fictional story of just kind of something fun, but kind of what if, and then the Christmas Time one that I wrote, was my attempt at being cheeky with some of the parts that we all know that can be hard sometimes with holidays and just any maybe what can feel like forced, time with family, which we have all those different periods of our lives where that's just as different and it evolves. But then I always leave myself an out in those situations because I'm I don't know, I'm a coward or I feel guilty or something. So then at the end I'm like, but I'm nostalgic and I still love, I realize there's two sides to that coin for my personal story, I guess. And so it came from two different places for me in those songs, which was fun because I mean, when we're talking about holidays, but oftentimes holidays come back to family, and that's complex.
Yes.
And so I like that our album kind of reflects complexity in that way, even though it's a holiday album. Yay.
Right. Totally. Esther and Nicky, how about you guys?
Okay. I definitely write more of what I like, very much realistic stuff. I'm not really one for a metaphor. However, I think the verses of Christmas Goddamn definitely got out of hand in a wonderful, goofy way, which it was nice to have something that brought light to it. But the sentiment rings true of very much like, this is not my time of year. I don't really care for this season, and it's not, I've got nothing against my family or anything. It's just, there's a lot of different factors that go into the season that I don't support or align with.
Right.
And so writing a holiday album was just I don't think I was going to come up with like a happy-go-lucky song for sure.
Right.
And then Find a Way was just definitely a lament towards really what I'm dreading about being the perceived Scrooge of the season.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But
totally.
Yeah, so not much of a metaphor.
Well, and like David said, holidays often are about family, and family is complex, and yeah, exactly. I agree with both of you so far. Nicky, let's hear your take on this. Where do they come from for you?
I think for me, I write a lot of songs, a lot of which nobody will ever hear, but I use it as a therapeutic practice for me and a way to like get my thoughts out every night or whatever. And I tend to find myself like wishing I could write more abstract or a little more creative rather than just personal and too serious. So this, I think Christmas Damn happened pretty early on, if I remember right, Esther.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the first. And
I think I felt like I wanted to try to step outside of my comfort zone a little bit and try to write a little more abstract and a little bit more lighthearted so that there was some more diversity on the album. So it wasn't three different writers writing very serious tunes.
Right.
And one of them, Standing Under the Mistletoe, Standing it's called, was just kind of quirky about waiting around under the mistletoe forever and nobody showing up. And then the Rudy and Chris idea happened while I was driving. I just came up with that little phrase one day and decided I wanted to write a song about Rudolph and Kris Kringle and how they worked pretty well together, but they couldn't stand each other.
Nice.
Now that might be a little bit personal because of certain jobs I've had. But,
sure, right. Well, we always draw on our experiences for stuff like this, right? For sure. And that goes along with the theme here that I think everyone has mentioned that, it's holidays equals family equals complexity, right? And there's always two sides to it. There's different ways to look at it. I absolutely love it. We've mentioned this tune a couple times here, Christmas Damn. So we better go ahead and play it for folks so they know what we're talking about. Otherwise, they're just going to think we're nuts. Now they can hear it and they still think we're nuts. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm here talking to Bowling Leage, and we're going through their holiday album that's called Humbug. And this next tune is from that record, and it's called Christmas Damn. And you're listening to it on The Sound on 89.5 KQAL.
Taking the Christ out of Christmas and my family out of my business. Kris Kringle's book is listless 'cause they're all bad. I've got brown liquor in my stocking, a gift card to give you a knocking. I don't care if the big man is watching 'cause they're all bad. this season that gives you the jolly good reason to knock on my door with a wreath in your hand. I threw your sweater on the fire. For a wise man, you should be much wiser. Fill my glass a little higher with another dram. Christmas, damn. Christmas, damn. Christmas, damn. Well, it ain't the time of giving if after all you are still living, poking fun at my time here on this land. And when you hear those jingle bells jingle and you look up to find you an angel, you will see me standing there with the gun in my hand. Christmas, damn. Christmas, damn. Christmas, damn.
That was Christmas Damn, and that is from Humbug. That's the latest album from Bowling Leage, a collection of local musicians who released a compilation of holiday tunes. And I have the members of Bowling League on the phone with me tonight, Nicky, David, and Esther. You guys, so... Man, we talked a little bit about, where these songs come from for you guys, what your inspiration is. And I tell you what, after hearing now one tune from each of you, like, it all rings true. And I tell you what, like I told Nicky before, when I first heard this album, I listened to it like 3 times in a row. And in fact, I fell asleep to it that night. I had done some holiday shopping that day. I came home, I was tired, kind of cranky, and I threw this on and I was like, holy crap, I'm not the only one that feels this way, And it just like, and I think we need stuff like this, like, holiday albums that aren't all rosy cheeks and cartoons of snowmen, like there's real life stuff that goes down. And yeah, I just thank you guys for making this, really, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, thanks for helping us spread the word.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we originally thought there was going to be a bunch of jingle bells on it, and I don't think there's a single jingle bell on this holiday album.
I was going to ask about that. Like, is there any sleigh bells or anything? Because I didn't hear any at all. I hear kazoos and some other things. There's a lot of interesting sounds.
Sitting right by me right here, so there we go.
Oh, you do? There they are. I hear them. Nice.
Well, Nicky, one of the takes of your songs, Nicky, had sleigh bells, but we opted not to use it, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Well, and see,
there were versions that had jingle bells,
right.
But they weren't as smooth or something. The recording wasn't quite right.
Well, and it keeps it in that little bit off kilter area, right? The little oddball space that it sits in, and I love that. Take me back to the carpet booth day. So when you guys were laying stuff down, how did you do that? Had you all heard each other's tunes before that day, or did it just all come together that day? Like, how did that work? Take me back to that day.
It was. I think we had talked ahead of time a bit because we were like, well, we knew it was. 2 hours is short. So we knew, and that was, well, like Esther, she was pretty clear. She's like, I've got this one song, I'm gonna nail it. Like, this is what I want to do, and just put all my effort into that. And Nicky had a couple. By that time I had written. I'm sort of a person who just like I write a lot, so I had written a lot of songs, but I kind of had already narrowed them down to sort of my top. Sort of ranked them in my head, and I was like, well, I'm going to start with this one, and if there's more time, I'll do that or that or that. But so we knew that idea of what we could do, but what we didn't know was just the stuff with getting in a studio, like of getting mic'd up and where the microphone's going to be and who's going first and some of that stuff. I think we kind of figured that out a little bit, but we had never met the engineer before. I tried to chat with them a little bit, and they were really gracious, wonderful to work with. But I think there's just that natural, like, the reality is little things can happen. Cables can be funny, and mics can be weird, and
Right.
you're doing multiple takes. I mean, I just remember, like, Esther. I think you sang "Christmas Goddamn" like 8 times before you
So
even
many
recorded
times.
it, and you know, and then there was also just, I think we were nervous, so
Mhm.
there was the pressure of just getting a clean take and with the clock ticking. So
Right.
it was, I know, I think I know I was trying to force myself to just play it cool, you know, no
Mhm.
big deal, a lot.
Right. How did you guys do? Like, so the last tune we heard, "Christmas Goddamn," there's some really cool background harmonies in that too. I believe that's the one. Yeah. What
And that's all Esther.
is that? Oh, that's all you. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you do that there that day, or was anything added to it like afterwards, or?
No,
That was
actually,
the first
nothing on that take is at all done at Carpet Booth.
Oh,
I was
wow.
hoping to use my Carpet Booth take, but because I had ran through it so many times while we were getting set up and they
Uh-huh.
were checking sound and stuff, I just like didn't feel good about how it sounded.
Right.
So I gave it another go in my closet,
Mm-hmm.
and I just felt better about it. But I'm really like great, like, not to say I'm not grateful for that session at all. That was such an awesome learning
Mhm.
experience.
Mm-hmm.
And now I kind of know what I need to like do and expect in the future, because that was my first time like recording in a studio. I've been in a studio many times, but recording my own stuff in a studio.
Right.
But yeah, so all the harmonies, everything on that track I did in my closet.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
And that's, there's a lot of, I mean, once you start doing multiple takes over and over, it's hard to stay like fresh with it. It's hard to keep it sounding like you really want it to sound,
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's tough. And that's impressive though that you did that whole thing in your closet. I love it. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Awesome, Esther.
When you guys were working through this stuff, like after you laid down tracks at Carpet Booth and then you started like recording more stuff at home and sharing it and swapping it, like do the songs like if you sent a track to another member, did they evolve more? Like did you guys have ideas for each other, or like, did the songs change, I guess, after you started recording them is what I'm asking.
I would say a little bit arrangement wise, but not
Okay.
necessarily lyric wise.
Right.
Like I remember talking to David about one of his tunes, and he had this great clean take that he had just gotten at home of just the guitar and the vocals, and I was trying to tell him, I think it's great as it is, and then he said, well, what about trying to add a xylophone part to it? And I at first was like, I mean, I can, but I don't know that it needs it. But then once I started trying to listen to it, I started finding space to quietly play little stuff in the background. And I think we all just got, speaking for myself anyways, I feel like we all got so comfortable listening to these tunes that we were able to just really find the little open spaces that could add something that really, really gave it a much more full sound.
Right. It's always interesting how that happens too, and especially a fresh pair of ears on it,
Yep.
that also helps.
Just in a space with with like healthy open dialogue too. I think it's hard to find people that you can be like, let me try this with some piano on it. If you don't like it, that's fine.
Right.
Just let me know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to take it personally.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the song is we're here for the song, right? So that's a great attitude. I love it. David, do you have any thoughts on that, of how things evolved, or?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it's kind of like I don't know. I mean, there's times where I think I can hear other parts of maybe a song if I'm working on it, but I don't think it's, I mean, as good at it as I think I am. Or I know I'm not that good at it anyway, but so I feel like we all have blind spots, and it's just like, kind of like Esther said, it feels like it's a safe group where, because we're all quite different performers,
right?
With different backgrounds, we have just, I don't know, vision for little things that we wouldn't otherwise see or do. I mean, and like, I think my take of Christmas Panic is the one that we end up using actually also isn't from Carpet Booth, because it's slower. And now that the versus this other one we need, but I really don't totally remember. I have 2 versions and that we kind of shared around. But I remember like Esther, when you sent back with your vocals on it, like there's a little break I have before I go into this little bridge section or whatever, which like was nothing intentional. I think it was just for me. I'm like, oh, I'm just building it, this piece of the song. And all of a sudden, like your vocals cut in first, and it was like, oh, that's what that space was for. Like,
nice.
But I would have never had thought of that. But I remember like listening to it, and I was just like, holy crap! Like, oh my gosh! Like that was what needed to be there, and it was.
Sounds like it was planned.
Right.
Yeah, and like I would have never done that, but
well, it's being
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's being open enough to hear that, right? Right. And it's because I don't think it's a matter of being good or bad at arranging or whatever, but we're often it's hard to see the forest for the trees, right? I mean, you're so embedded in it that it's like you don't hear it the same as an outside person does. That's pretty cool.
When Nicky gave me a kazoo, that was like, all right, I can feel free to like shamelessly just interject at any point in these recordings. So I remember sort of sitting in my little room with my headphones on, just like honking around.
Awesome.
Until I figured something out. And Nicky and I had gotten together once before and played some of this stuff, and like I was like, there has to be kazoo on this.
Sweet.
And then when David sent me some files, some new overdubbed files of some kazoo parts, and he's like, if there's too much kazoo, that's totally fine too. And I was like, there's never too much kazoo, David. Bang right there.
That's right.
Might be too much kazoo for somebody, but not for me.
Well, that's right. Well, it's kind of a I like the way you put it, David, is you felt free to just interject with the kazoo. I think kazoos are kind of like that. They bring out the kid in all of us, and it becomes a more of a delightful endeavor than just I'm gonna write something serious here, So yeah, that's pretty cool.
The kazoo served as our sleigh bell for sure.
There you go. Yes, exactly. I love it.
A kazoo Christmas.
Right. Well, that's album number 2, perhaps. Right. Let's get back into some tunes. We're only about halfway through here. Like I said before, I can get kind of winded, long-winded. But let's play another track for folks. I'm here talking to Bowling League. They have an album of holiday-themed songs called Humbug, and we're going to play another track for you right now. It's called December, Rescue Me, whatever that means. And you're listening to it on The Sound on 89.5 KQAL.
In this summer it's easy to put on a smile, 'cause it stays light past 9. And the touch of your skin when we skinny dip, and the taste of strawberry pie. Oh, in the summer it's easy to throw away your cares and cast all fears aside. But the summer feels so damn far away from this cold December night. And there's a chill in my bones, and I can't feel my toes. Just think of those sleeping outside. And the brighter the stars, the colder you are, and the moon is mocking and wild. Oh, and just when I think I'm beyond the brink and I don't know if I'll survive, you come rescue me from this winter's sleep on this cold December night. Oh, and love, my love, how could it be that we've made it this far along, when the world keeps falling inch by inch and we're covered by feet of snow? It would be so damn easy to close my eyes and let your hand go. But then where would I be? Lost in the drifts with the winter winds that blow. Although I'm lost and I'm numb, there's a star above. Yeah, look how it tries to shine. and I can see your breath on the corner of Fifth as we walk side by side. And I'm comforted only by the goodness in you and the way that you look in my eyes. Will you rescue me, whatever that means, on this cold December night? Yeah, will you rescue me, whatever that means, on this cold December night? Will you rescue me, whatever that means, on this cold December night? On this cold December night.
That was December, Rescue Me, whatever that means. And that is a tune from Humbug, which is the latest holiday album from Bowling Leage. Bowling Leage is a compilation of 3 local musicians from Rochester and La Crosse, Nicky Nieling, David Nash, and Esther Gvora. And I have all 3 of them on the phone tonight. You guys, so we've talked a lot about how you guys did this, how it came together. What about holiday albums or songs that you guys have listened to? What have you been inspired by, holiday themed, or what's your favorite, or maybe an oddball or obscure thing that you think people should know about? You have anything? Yeah. What do you got?
I got a very oddball favorite Christmas album. I don't know if you guys are all familiar with Dr. Dog.
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
They have like a 4 or 5 song holiday EP that they put out like 10 years ago. And if you haven't heard that, try to find that online and listen to it. It's awesome.
Nice.
My favorite full album, the classic Bare Naked Ladies holiday album, is so good. Elf on the Shelf ends with them just singing a beautiful a cappella Happy Birthday to Jesus. Really good.
Right.
Definitely recommend that.
Awesome.
But more importantly, and I think the more inspirational, for me writing wise, is Brandon Flowers from the Killers every year writes a holiday song, and they're all very different. One of them is Happy Birthday Guadalupe, which is all about the story of Lady Guadalupe. And then there's just different ones that are all very different themes. Some are negative. One of them is called Don't Shoot Me, Santa Claus.
Oh, wow.
Definitely some really funny stuff, some serious stuff. And every single year the Killers put out one, and it's always really good.
Cool. How about you, David?
I can't remember. I think I came to know this song through Connor Oberst and Phoebe Bridgers, but it's a McCarthy Trenching song called Christmas Song. And I think that was the first offbeat Christmas but not Christmas song, you know, and it's I really Phoebe Bridgers does there's this really cool video, I think from somewhere in Omaha, of Phoebe and Connor playing it in a basement somewhere, it feels like, but and she has it recorded as a cover, but the McCarthy Trenching version was just really cool. I don't play a lot of covers whenever I play out, to be honest. It's not necessarily something I realize it's just something I haven't been in a habit of, and
right.
There's definitely stuff to gain from doing covers, but that's a whole other discussion. But this was one that I did learn for a little while because it's easy, which is good for me, and it's just, again, it's offbeat. The only thing you know about Christmas is that he's I'm coming home for Christmas, and it's called the Christmas Song. But other than that, it's just it's kind of sad, and it's a dusty country song, or in a way. And I really like it, and just sort of opened my mind to different types of country or of Christmas music.
Right.
There's tons of, everybody's got, a lot of people have Christmas albums that are great, but that's one that I really like, that's offbeat.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I have some
How about
new.
you, Bill?
You know what? And I just heard it on the air the other day. I didn't even realize we had it. I don't know if we have the album. I used to have, and I've got it somewhere at home. I usually drag it out around Christmas, but I'm not sure where it is right now. It's a compilation from Sub Pop. It's just a Christmas compilation from, probably close to 20 years ago now, right? But it's narrated by somebody too. Oh my God, I can't remember the band that he's from. He calls himself The Millionaire. Oh. Anyway, there's a song by Low from Duluth on there, and I think it's just called. I think the tune is just called Christmas Time, but it's on this compilation album. The whole album's great, but that tune sticks out to me, and I remember that one a lot. And I just heard it on the air the other day, so we have it on some other comp. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, good stuff. So I've got new stuff to check out for holiday and Christmas albums. I love it. Thanks a lot. Let's play another tune. Like I said, I tend to talk too much, and I should let you guys talk more. But yeah, this is fun. This is super fun. This next tune, thank you. I'm glad you guys are having fun too. This next tune is one from the album Humbug, and that's from Bowling League, and that's who we're talking to here tonight. This tune is called Trim Another Tree, and you're listening to it on The Sound on 89.5 KQAL.
Does it count if the holly is plastic? Does it count if the gift has no bow? I hope by this time on Christmas Eve I can tie a bunch in a row. Try to mind my dog and mind my manners as I talk and sing and sleep. Jingle, jingle, jingle from every angle, time to trim another tree. Worry about what I give and what's important to me. Time we spend together no matter the weather until the end of December. It's time to laugh, it's time to sing, it's time for jingling. Jingle, jingle, jingle from every angle. This year is a handful. Try to mind my dog and mind my manners. Does it count if the holly is plastic? Does it count if the gift has no bow? I hope by this time on Christmas Eve I can tie a bunch in a row. Try to mind my dog and mind my manners as I talk and sing and sleep. Jingle, jingle, jingle from every angle. Let's trim another tree. Worry about what I give and what's important to me. Time we spend together no matter the weather.
That was Trim Another Tree, and that is off of the album Humbug by Bowling League. And I have the folks from Bowling League on the phone with me tonight. They made a whole Christmas album, or holiday-themed album. And wow, guys, I am absolutely loving this album. Like I said, the first time I heard it, I listened to it several times in a row. So your tunes can be heard on Bandcamp. I know the album's on Bandcamp. Is it on any other streaming platforms?
It should be. By the time this airs, I don't know when this is airing, but we're recording this today on, what is it today, the 6th?
Oh, yeah. This will air on the 20th, the Wednesday before Christmas. So
fingers crossed it should be everywhere. I just
cool.
clicked the submit to all the other things early this morning. I meant to do it late last night, guys, but I forgot and fell asleep. Sorry.
Totally fine.
Right.
But so hopefully it'll be out for everyone, however they like to listen to music.
Right. Awesome. How about physical copies? Are those available anywhere?
No.
No CDs, no. Okay, digital.
No, we
digital
haven't
only.
talked about that.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. How about, will you guys be performing together with this at all? You should put together a little holiday concert at a cafe or something.
Well, we
Well, yes.
actually are.
Are you? Oh, cool.
Yeah. So a friend of ours, the owners of Another Green World, asked me to put together a little something at their shop. And I thought it'd be fun for us to play these songs there on December 21st. It's a Thursday night. Another Green World up on Caledonia Street in La Crosse. Awesome plant shop if you haven't been there. And our friends Carriage House, Jeff and Jenna, you may have seen them around.
Mm-hmm.
They will be playing as well. They actually are turning some of their Christmas songs to a minor key to make them a little bit more unique and spooky for this show
wow.
to match the theme.
Cool.
And they sent me a zombie-themed holiday song the other day that they plan on playing as well.
Wow. Awesome. So that's at Another Green World. Is that there in La Crosse?
Yeah, like I said, it's on Caledonia Street on the north side.
Okay.
It's in where Goldheart Tattoo used to be.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. So that'll
Maybe
be
gonna try to line something up in Rochester too at
Okay.
some point, but
okay.
not sure if that'll pan out.
Okay. Do you have
I'm all
like
for
do you have like a social media presence or anything where if we're looking for that Rochester show, how would we find out about that?
There is an Instagram account.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Instagram. We'll look you up and
And I
keep
think
an eye on
Bowling
that.
League Band.
Bowling League Band, Instagram. And if you followed any of us individually, I think anytime something kind of comes out, we'll probably be sharing it too. So you've got 4 chances to see it.
Right.
On it, but all
Cool. Okay, so Bowling League Band on Instagram, and tomorrow night you're playing at Another Green World on Caledonia Street on the north side of the Cross there, with Carriage House. Wow, you guys got it going on, man. For sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any merch like you guys should make stockings or something? Merch? Yeah.
Oh, that'd be funny.
That'd be fun. I'm loving this
We
holiday
should.
theme. I think you guys got a cool thing here for sure. I really love it. What's next? Are you guys going to do like maybe another holiday album next year, or maybe some just non-holiday collaborations, anything like that in the works? Or
We just started kind of chatting about it. This started with just such an impulsive thing.
Right.
And it's clearly been really good, I think, for all of us, probably in lots of different ways. We all have we each have our solo things, which I think will continue, but we're just starting to bat around those ideas and just start talking about, is there another kind of theme or something we could start writing about? And I think what I like about our group is that things kind of come together naturally.
Right.
The hard part about that is sometimes it's ambiguous. We're like, I don't know.
Sure.
But we're all sort of thankful for each other. And I think that we're still trying to figure out, let's get through the holiday season first, and we'll see where it goes. But it's cool that we found something fun for this project, which is, I know I'm happy about.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that ambiguous nature that you talked about, that leaves you open for those happy accidents probably,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, cool. We're going to go out with the last tune here, Find a Way, one that Esther sings. But before we do you have any kind of like holiday message for folks at home?
You're not alone.
Awesome.
That's mine. That's my personal one.
Right.
You're allowed to feel a little negativity this time of year, and joy is not exclusive to December.
Yes, I like that. Joy is not exclusive to December. For sure. How about you, Nikki?
I don't have anything as deep as Esther just said.
Oh, geez.
Well, that wasn't deep.
Enjoy some nog, I guess.
Right. That's good too. I love that. I love nog. How about you, David? Any holiday message for the folks out there before we go?
It's a season with with a lot of different potential for emotions, and so take it for what it means to you. And and if our music, which has a lot of those different emotions in it, if it sticks with you in any way, I mean, that's just a bonus. It was fun to write, but hopefully, you know, someone can listen to these things and, like Esther said, go, I feel that way too, and that's cool. So I hope people enjoy the album, and I want to thank you for just letting us hang out and chat with you, and we'll see what comes next.
For sure.
Yeah, thank you for enjoying the album, Bill.
Yeah. Well,
thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for making it, and thanks for being on the show tonight. I absolutely love this. This show has only been around for, I think about 2 years now. And this is the first time we've had a holiday episode. So I'm super excited about this. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. So you're our inaugural holiday episode of The Sound. So
inaugural. Yeah. That's is that a Christmas joke? Inaugural.
It almost became one when I was pronouncing it, or almost mispronouncing it. Right. Well, thank you guys so much. And yes, it did. The album did for lack of a better word, the album did touch me. You know, it reminds you that you're not alone. Like you said, David, there's all kinds of emotions during the holidays, and none of them are wrong, right? So thank you guys so much. We've been here talking to Bowling League, which is Esther Gvora, David Nash, and Nicky Nieling, and their new album is called Humbug. It's a collection of holiday tunes. You can get it at Bandcamp or any streaming service that you get your music from. Check out their Instagram, Bowling League Band, for updates on shows. They have a show tomorrow night, December 21st, 2023, at Another Green World there in La Crosse with Carriage House. So, again, thank you guys so much. We're going to go out with Find a Way.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Right on. Happy holidays, guys. Okay, this is Find a Way, and you're listening to it on The Sound right here on 89.5 KQAL.
Trees are up, lights are on, snow all around. I was born here, but I won't stay here. Something off about this town. The bread's baking in the oven. I got the ham from down the street, but I'll keep my thoughts to myself. Not a sound and not a peep. I hope that I'll find a way to feel full on this holiday. I am empty. I've been led astray by myself on this holiday. And this gift feels empty. I shook the box a couple, 2-3 times. Didn't hear a rattle or feel a thump, but I can't say that I'm surprised. 'Cause your loved ones, they ain't so loving when you're living your own life. Snow's covering all of our problems. At least it looks nice outside. I hope that I'll find a way to feel full on this holiday. I am empty and I've been led astray by myself on this holiday. Presents are just proof that you don't know me at all. Women don't make good idols when they're hanging in the mall. I hope that I'll find a way to feel full on this holiday. And I
Thanks again to Bowling League for joining us tonight on The Sound. To find out more about Bowling League, check out their Instagram at Bowling League Band. To hear their album Humbug, find Bowling League on Bandcamp or wherever you stream your music. For more deep dives into local and regional albums, tune into The Sound every Wednesday night at 6, right here on 89.5 KQAL. You can also listen to past episodes of The Sound on your favorite streaming services. Find links at kqal.org. I'm Bill Stoneberg, and from all of us here at KQAL, we hope that you've enjoyed this special holiday episode of The Sound, filled with cheers, tears, jeers, and Humbug, the holiday album from Bowling League. Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for listening to The Sound. The Sound is produced by KQAL-FM on the campus of Winona State University. Visit us online at kqal.org. Theme music for The Sound provided by Mike Terrell of Fires of Denmark.